All right, Shalom, Shalom. Call on like Yahweh Bashmal Shah, Wahara Kakodash. Um, Double honors to the whole like elder apostles and elder bishops at the Great Millstone Church. Shalom to all the Akim out here under the same doctrine, doing what they need to do in order, according to the scriptures, right? Across the four corners of the globe, nonetheless and regardless, and to the rest of the believers in on this faith. So, pretty much, I have here this. I'm gonna title this for those um, who got fanged. For those who got the fangs, all right. Those those that got the fang, or those that got the fangs, and you should know what I'm talking about. But yeah, man. Those that took those serpents, the serpent's fangs, you know. Pretty much the results are here, and it's spreading more through the spirit. You know, I was actually listening to something yesterday um, on this AM um, that I listened to, this AM station, and pretty much this time they was actually talking about the results, and it was crazy, and I want to mention it, and you know, as we knew the results was gonna be crazy, because it's the devil we dealing with, but now it's spreading to the point where you got this other Akim talking about it, through I ain't seen too many, but I think I seen one. I think I seen the elder Malcolma, the elder Malcolma, and yeah, it's pretty much going into how the results is people dying suddenly, and I'm not gonna hit play on what I have. If I did, they might take the whole joint down, like and I'm not even trying to risk it, because I can't say it's not worth it. It is worth it. It's just it's too late now. So now uh it's just a follow up on what we've been trying to tell people. But yeah, it's word is getting out. It's a documentary that's gotten out. That's out. It's called I think Died Suddenly, and you can actually watch this, listen to this yourself. Um, you can hit play on this November 28th, 2022, one I have pulled up, and this podcast, and pretty much, this is Esau themselves confirming it. That all of this is true, but nonetheless, you can start and hit play at this very mark. I have it at the 24-minute mark and 43 seconds mark. You could basically start at all the way up to like the 27-minute mark, up to the point of the go off. You will hear it. And pretty much, man, what they're finding out is through, these morticians is crazy, because it's people that's, you know, that's checking back into, the fourth dimension, the third heaven, you know, off this stuff, off the, getting the fangs. And what they're discovering in the bodies um, is some type of growth, and pretty much is they said it's believed to be some like a fibrous protein, which is comparable. It looks like, once they pull it out, it looks like rubber bands, or calamari, and it's in these people that's just dying suddenly. But you already know, ironically, these are people who, got fanged, you know. And out of nowhere, this is just what's happening to them. But as they're doing the what they do to the bodies when people, um, go back to the fourth dimension, the third heaven, where the Most High abode, they check how it happened. They run the body, and this is what they find in all these bodies of all these people who are all dying suddenly. And that's all I'm gonna say on it. I don't want to say too much. I pretty much casted a lot on it, and it it fell on not saying nothing. So, or playing this, I should say. So yeah, that's basically it. So you can hit play on this and hear it for yourself, man. So let's jump into the scriptures. This is Ecclesiastes 10:8. Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment. So we were sure that surely the serpent will bite without enchantment. You ain't, of course, this was going to be the result. They're going to tell you how pretty much, because, serpents, the serpent is dealing with let's get the word, I want to keep this concise so they don't have any reason. It's a snake, right? You go into the word right here is Nakash, right? Nakash. And it says it's an oppressor. Look, of promiscuousness, of ungodliness. It's like of ungodly. It says an effect of wine. As a crafty tempter. Man, it's crazy. But ultimately, let's do this. I'm trying to get it to say it on its own, but
serpent,
a biblical name for Satan, is a large snake, a dragon or mythical snake-like reptile, a sly or treacherous person, especially one who exploits a position of trust in order to betray it. That's these damn people for you. That's the so-called white man. That's your I don't want to speak, that's the other alphabet gang. You know what I'm saying? The sound the owl make, man. The owl gang. All right. The Suhu. Them. That's that. They a foundation that was set up, and moving in a way to people to build trust, just to achieve a treacherous objective, and that's to make people believe it's people, sickly dying out here from such and such, even if they had to make people do that weren't even gonna be people that were going and actually be people who die from sickness, but instead people who would die from basically being, bitten, fanged. The serpent gets you, that's poison, basically poison, and died that way. Just so people, and they would, and the Suhu, they'd do that just to sell, just to push the narrative, just to get people to believe that, by all costs. That's the whole point. Then they'll be able to say that now this epidemic, which is all these people dying suddenly, is just, a whole nother thing. Anyway, I'll say less. It says Ecclesiastes 10:8. Surely the serpent will bite without enchantment, and a babbler is no better. Yeah, you didn't have to do nothing. We know this is what will be the case for a bunch of dumb people that would, go on and try believe every word this man say, man. Of course, no side effect and all of this other stuff. God, it's a shame, man. Gotta watch what you say. But this is what we dealing with, man. The Lord told us to be wise as serpents, as harmless as doves. So it is what it is. It's Iraq 12, and I'm gonna start at verse. Now people looking stupid. Let me just start at 10. Never trust thine enemy, right? For like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. Though he humble himself, you know, they could be taking pictures with kids and cheesing with the face mask on and all that. You know, with football, the doctor helmets. You know what I'm saying? The face shields, whatever. But that don't change nothing. You know? Handing out free hand sanitizer, that don't change anything, man. Defeated. If that's the enemy doing that, if that's your enemy doing that, does that change the fact that it's still your enemy? No. It says, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him. Right. Because he became your enemy off of something. And you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native American Indians, had this proven to you, shown to you. And you know this, but you offer him humbling and crouching himself, coming with commercials and, shaking hands and making posters with you and your little ones as the poster child of it, cheesing as if he has your best interests and all of this other madness. You would be deceived by that and stop believing that he to where you'll stop believing he's your enemy. But now it's being proven to you because a lot of y'all got fanged and, man, a lot of y'all might start dropping dead off of this stuff. But anyway, it says, take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not been altogether wiped away. You shouldn't have been so easy to trust this man, and his words and his commercials. Because now look, it says, matter of fact, let me go there real quick. Sirach 28 and 18. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue. Well, man, and that's exactly, so a lot of y'all, are about to be taken off these words. You trust in the words of the devil, trust the words this devil came with the ads, the commercials, the city bus advertisements, the pushing forth for your leaders, Juvenile coming with his, stupid video, Talking about some fang that thing up. And now look, man. You in position of where you believe in all that. Is you about to fall out from that, man. You possibly about to fall out from that any day now. It says, well is he that is defended from it. Let me read it again. Many have fallen by the edge of the sword, but not so many as have fallen by the tongue. Well is he that is defended from it, and have not passed through the venom, thereof, who have not drawn the yoke thereof, nor have been bound in her bands. So, man, it's crazy. It says, for the yoke thereof is a yoke of iron, and the bands thereof are bands of brass. The death thereof is an evil death. It's an evil death. The grave were better than it, So this dude, he done did something, y'all. And you wouldn't defend it, you all through his words, which is his position, how he got in a position of trust, man. Some stupid words, but you being simple. Like the Lord said, the simple believe with every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. Yeah, taking good heed of this man, because these words is coming from, a nigga that's a known foe, enemy, enemy number uno. Numero uno. That dude. You know, the Bible tells us this. History tells us this. You know, man is mad. You know, and now look. So you would have been defended from it if you would have took up wisdom, because the scriptures tell you that wisdom is a defense. All right. So jumping back to Sirach 12 and um 11, though he humble himself and go crouching, yet take good heed and beware of him, and thou shalt be unto him as if thou has wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust have not been altogether wiped away. Set him not by thee, lest when he hath overthrown thee, he stand up in thy place, neither let him sit at thy right hand, lest he seek to take thy seat, and thou at the last remember my words and what? And be pricked therewith. There it is. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten by with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beast? So one that goeth to a sinner and is defiled with him in his sins, who will pity? See that? Nobody ain't gonna pity nobody like that, because this man was a known enemy. You know, he was nobody to ever trust. But now you're going to remember these words and man, you're going to be, a living testament of the die suddenly. And that's all Yahweh Bashmi Al-Shah pretty much been trying to tell you, but that's written, that has him written all over it, because the scriptures tell you he's a sudden power. You know, the Lord, he does things suddenly. I close out there because the point basically proven. First Thessalonians 1 thought it was sweet, but now all of a sudden, now look, this is First Thessalonians 5, and I'm gonna start at 3. For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. Man, So yeah, that's basically the point. Call on like how Bashmi Al Shah, Wahara Kakadash. Go check it out. Shalom.